Hey everybody, Dread Joker here. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I believe is my currently only premium Bandai kit in the Master Grade scale. This is the most epic Astray I have ever seen. This is the Gundam Astray Turn Red. Frankly, take the red frame, now invert its color scheme. That's essentially the Turn Red in a nutshell, because all the red frame turn white and all the white armor turn blood red. This is a bit of a weird kit, because this is a P-Bandai kit based off of a P-Bandai kit, which has parts from two different commercial release kits. It's got the tactical arms from the Blue Frame's second revise. It has two of those in this box. It has the armor schneiders, also from the Blue Frame. It has the backpack connector from the Blue Frame Type D. So anybody who has that kit immediately knows what I'm talking about. So when we get into this, if you don't know, prepare to have your mind blown. The artwork is fantastic. I love that they colored this. If you lived in Japan, this would not be colored. Why? This deserves to be in color. Moving right on, this kit is also based on the Master Grade Astray Red Frame, which was a P-Bandai. So this is what I mean when I say P-Bandai based on a P-Bandai, because ta-da! You get one big honkin' Master Grade for this price. I'm going to very carefully spin him around because I'm not convinced he passed standing up school. I have not lined this kit very much at all because at the time when I got this, my panel liners were all dried up and I could not get any in the entire state. I found some out of state. I wasn't willing to pay $20 shipping for 3 pens. We also didn't know about some of the local model shops. So getting these repositioned, because I can already see he's not going to pass standing up school. Or rather, he was clearly marked absent that day of standing up school. So getting these repositioned now, and go figure, when you're strapping 2 swords bigger than you are to your back, even Cloud Strife would fall over. This is what I mean when I say P-Bandai based on a P-Bandai. Number one, this version, all this stuff, yes, P-Bandai. But the rifle and the shield are only included in the Astray Red Frame P-Bandai kit. And I'm going to say P-Bandai a lot in this because I hate them. All the good stuff gets P-Bandai'd. That being said, if it's a color swap, it's likely going to be P-Bandai. And if it isn't already, well, it's about to be. So let's get a nice zoom in on what is probably the coolest Astray head sculpt I've ever seen. It looks like this thing is wearing a bird for its head. So this thing is taking a note straight from the Astraya, or the Astraya, however you want to say it. And everything's been inverted. The only bit of lining I did on its head was I went in there, aside from doing the lines up on the V-fin, those are the only things I could get out of my panel liner at the time, was the mouth. That had to be done. I was not happy with it otherwise. Everything I said in the previous review about the red frame being bad was my copy. My copy was bad because Arizona Heat hates kits. Well, in fairness, Arizona hates everybody, including the people. The detailing on here is sublime. You're not exactly going to see a lot of it, but if you saw the red frame review that I was complaining about, that I broke his leg on because I decided to make him do the Van Damme, that will never happen again on a Master Grade like this. Because I'm not going to make it a habit of replacing the knee or the hips. I do really absolutely adore the design of this. And being a P-Bandai kit, see, there it is again, this comes with quite a bit of spare parts. Starting off with your basics, you got leftover poly caps, not that many. The regular Astray has this many caps too, so you're fine here. You get, and I have trimmed these down for my convenience, actually no, I haven't, no, I did trim this down a little bit. You get 2 leftover runners of C2 from the original Astray. What these are is the leg armor. It's just all the white, it's just all the regular bits here. These are straight up, I believe, for the P-Bandai Astray Red Frame. I do not know what the difference is. But it's nice that they included those. They didn't have to, but once again, Bandai's like, you know what? It's cheaper to print the part than it is to change the mold. I can appreciate that. You also end up getting 1, 2 leftover front ends of the Red Frame Kai's feet, or just the Astray Red Frame's feet. I don't know if they were different. Then, because a lot of runners were reused, and this was because of the tactical arms on its back for the majority of the gray parts, holy crap. You get 4 sets of blue frame feet. The blue frame feet feature a knife in the toe. So now I have 4 feet with a 3mm peg, which is probably going to be put onto a 30-minute mission kit pretty soon. Make a nice quadruped with knives in its feet. Included in this box, because this is based off of another kit, as usual, you also get a full action base 2. This is the 1/44th scale one. These are not the best thing in the world. I wish they would have included 2 for the price. For what I paid, I'm surprised I was able to get this. Included in here, and I have no idea how to use these, anybody in the community can help me. You also get this sheet of water slide decals. I very much doubt I will ever use these, because I think it looks amazing as is. These are a nice touch. Included in the box, you also get some leftover parts, including 2 more armor schneiders, if I am not mistaken. Yes, you get 2 extra full armor schneiders with the sheaths. A bunch of weird spare parts. Like, we're not talking spare parts as in the levels of absurdity as the Sinanju Stein narrative version, but we are talking a considerable amount of plastic. You also get the hip connectors for the stuff, so if you found a way to connect it all. You get spare shoulder pads, kind of. You get most of the connectors for the blue frame shoulder pads. And you get quite a few sets of those. 4, if memory serves. You also, from the Red Frame Kai, get the spiky bits from the arrow thing it had. You also get everything short of the control arms it had. If those were there, I would be able to just repair some parts of the Red Frame easier, but as it stands, these are all going in a spare parts bin to be used in future kits. You also get these 2 wingtip attachments. These are meant to go on the tactical arms in these holes here. They want to go in. Actually, these don't. Oh no, wait, these don't go in these holes. These go in these sections back here, making it look even more absurd. You're now giving a shark fin to a backpack connector. This does not look right. I don't use these. They stay in well enough. The V-fin, on the other hand, does not stay on very well. Getting into articulation, it is basically the Red Frame, because it is 100% the same with some additional improvements. For starters, we're going to disengage the backpack, because we are going to start with the backpack. And the first thing you're going to see back here is a striker port. This Astray can use striker packs. I had some before, but I put them away because, frankly, I can only do so many reviews a week. And I needed the space to rotate some of my kits on my backlog into the active log, I should say. So setting the turn red to the side, we'll focus on this big mamma jamma it calls a backpack. This is very good. It goes into all of the holes that the regular turn, or not turn red, the red frame Kai would have, because these were ripped from the Kai. Or maybe the blue frame, I don't know. These definitely came from the blue frame. The number one complaint is because I wasn't able to see the sticker sheet, which I don't believe was included on mine, and it was not. Because I picked this up secondhand. I know, shame on me. There are supposed to be stickers in both of the main camera lenses on the weapon here, and split it down the middle, and there is a Gatling gun that you can flip forward on both of the sides here. So what I like to pretend he does is just fly in, boost with these things, turns them forward, so he has the option of shielding from both sides now, splits them right down the middle, and then just starts unloading Rambo style. Because it was Gundam Seed, it was known for having beam spam. Epic beam spam. For those of you wondering, hey, this thing is a striker pack, can it be equipped on a Strike Gundam? The answer is no. Sadly, no. The problem in it lies with these tabs right here. If these tabs were gone to the point where basically you'd have to shave all this plastic out, it would fit. The problem is, yeah, fall over, why don't you? The problem is these tabs just slam into the Strike's backpack. If these were gone, you could use this, technically. Would it be awesome? Oh, yeah. Would it be impractical? Most definitely. Would it give the Strike the biggest sword it has ever had, ever? Oh, yeah. Would it compromise some parts on this? Yes. Because these are the stabilizer clamps that hold it in place on the back of the red frame. So if you remove these, you make it Strike compatible, but also very much will damage these in the process. I do not recommend modifying this unless you are a professional. This is one of those softer types of plastic, so it's not going to break anytime soon, but if you manhandle it, you're gonna regret it. The tactical arms are straight up copies of the blue frame, so they can... I'm only going to do this on one, so I'm just going to set one to the side. You can swing the arms forward and rotate them to create these landing struts or stabilizers. Then you can rotate the handle and drop this handle down. Bring these segments up and slide this whole assembly in if you had slid it out. Then, if you want to, you don't have to. You can come to the back and grab one or two of these magazines. Just grab this one because this one wants to pop out by itself anyways. Without the backpack strut being there, what you're supposed to do is plug this right up here into the top, giving it like an ammo pack shark fin mohawk. It looks fine. It works fine. Is it impractical? A little bit, but it's cool that they give you these. These were only included on the blue frame. Yes, I've been at this a while. Blue frame. The blue frame, second revised, the first Master Grade Astray they made. left over on the runners, because when we're talking spare parts, with the articulation being identical to the Astray red frame, we'll run through it very quickly. Arms, double jointed, but you're only going to get a little over 90, maybe 105. Wrists are identical. My problems I had with the red frame that I was complaining about the hands being loose, it was just those hands. These are fine. So if they're fresh, they're fine. If not, tighten them up. Shoulder, without the backpack being in the way. Full 360. Keep your eye on the V-fin. Shoulder, forward. Excellent range. Back, good range. Outward, good upward. Pretty good. Don't force anything or you're going to have a bad time. Cockpit, I'm not going to open this. You have to pull this up just to pull all these parts out, and you're going to slingshot stuff across the room when you do. Skirting is not mounted to the front or the sides. It's mounted way back here on the butt. The armor schneiders can move. They can also separate out of here. You can put them in the hands. You can put them around. You can make it look like it's going to have nice tactical knives, which it does. Knees. Extremely detailed knees. Just make sure you're paying attention when you're maneuvering them or you're going to have a bad time. Ankles. Pretty good ankles. Double ball joint. Nothing too fancy. Pretty standard. Toes. Really good bend out of them. Pretty good. Beam rifle has a moving handle and a clear piece in here, which I believe comes clear green, and if not, that's very upsetting. It does come clear green. Now, moving on to the spare parts I was talking about, the only cool thing you can do, because this was a P-Bandai based on a P-Bandai, they give you the full runner from the Astray red frame. This means you are given the full backpack, just in the mirrored colors. So you can take the red frame Kai and give it its proper backpack if you just want to display it like this. This is a nice touch. It does not tell you how to assemble it, and finding the instructions for a P-Bandai kit online is a bit of a nightmare. But through some trial and error, you will get this together, and you can just slap it on the Astray as is. It works just fine, and if you have any of the non-grade 00 kits lying around your house, or even a Master Grade Exia, take its beam sabers. If you have the non-grade 00 kits, they are the exact same beam sabers. So you have the standard beams that you can just stick in there for these are the flat ones, by the way. Long, flat, standard 00 beam sabers. They work just fine. Once again, the action base could be better, but overall, the Turn Red is probably my all-time favorite P-Bandai kit I have ever seen. And I'm going to change my tune when and if we get given the P-Bandai Blast Impulse. Because everybody loves the seed stuff, but they don't want to give us the seed stuff. Please, Bandai, give us the seed stuff. So that's all for the review on the P-Bandai Astray Turn Red. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, recommendations, please put them down below in the comments section. I'll be happy to read them and get back to you when I can. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic day.